In the ancient world, when the earth was young and humanity's heart began to stray from the path of harmony, a great spirit watched from the highest peaks. This was the Thunderbird, a creature of immense power, its feathers the color of storm clouds and its eyes crackling with the raw energy of lightning. It saw the land below, scarred by greed and conflict, and its heart grew heavy. The Thunderbird believed that only a great cleansing could wash away the corruption and restore the world's purity. With a cry that shook the heavens, it unfurled its colossal wings, summoning a tempest that would rage for an eternity, the sky of eternal storms. The world was plunged into a twilight existence. The sun became a distant memory, a pale orb obscured by a swirling vortex of black and gray clouds. The sky was no longer a serene blue canvas, but a violent battleground. Thunder, the Thunderbird's roar of fury, echoed without pause, a constant reminder of the planet's turmoil. Lightning, the flash of its piercing gaze, tore across the heavens, splitting ancient trees and scorching the earth. The wind, its powerful breath, howled like a legion of mournful spirits, whipping rain and hail into a frenzy that battered the land relentlessly. This was not just a storm. It was a living, breathing entity, a manifestation of the Thunderbird's righteous anger. Below, humanity huddled in fear and desperation. The relentless rain, which once nourished their crops, now flooded their fields, washing away their livelihoods and homes. The constant darkness bred despair, and the unending roar of the thunder frayed their nerves. In their humble dwellings, they gathered around flickering fires, their faces etched with worry. They began to pray, not to stop the storm entirely, for they understood the need for rain, the necessity of cleansing. Instead, they prayed for balance. They prayed for moments of calm between the downpours, for gentle showers instead of destructive deluges. They lit sacred herbs, their fragrant smoke carrying whispered pleas to the sky, asking for a truce in this endless battle of winds. They longed for the sun's warmth, for the quiet peace of a starry night, for the simple harmony that had been lost. High above, within the heart of the maelstrom, the Thunderbird felt the currents of human emotion. Its own spirit was a tempest, and the storm it commanded was a direct reflection of its inner state. When its sorrow for the world's corruption deepened, the rain fell in torrential weeping sheets. When its anger at injustice flared, the thunder cracked with explosive force, and lightning struck with vengeful precision. The storm was not a mindless force of nature. It was a symphony of the Thunderbird's soul. Every gust of wind, every flash of light, was a note in its song of grief and fury. The creature was locked in its own internal struggle, its desire for purification warring with the devastation it caused. It heard the prayers of humanity, faint whispers on the wind, but its own pain was too great to relent. Among the desperate humans, there was a shaman, an elder wise in the ways of the spirits. Her name was Lyra, and she knew that this was no ordinary storm. She understood it was the cry of a wounded spirit. While others prayed for mercy, Lyra sought understanding. She believed that to calm the sky, one must first soothe the heart of the Thunderbird. For nights on end, she entered deep trances, her spirit journeying into the dream world, a realm where mortals and spirits could meet. She navigated treacherous landscapes of wind and shadow, calling out to the great bird. She offered not pleas or demands, but empathy. She showed the Thunderbird visions of humanity's resilience, of children sharing their last piece of bread, of communities rebuilding what the storm had destroyed. She showed it that even amidst the corruption, sparks of goodness, love, and hope still flickered brightly. In one profound vision, Lyra's spirit finally stood before the colossal Thunderbird. She did not cower before its electrifying presence. Instead, she spoke of balance. She explained that true cleansing was not about total destruction, but about renewal. Destruction makes way for new growth, she argued, but endless destruction leaves only a barren wasteland. The world didn't need to be erased. It needed a chance to heal, to learn, to grow back stronger and wiser. Her words, born of pure intention, resonated with the spirit. The Thunderbird, for the first time in an age, saw not just the darkness in humanity, but also its enduring light. It saw the potential for change, the promise of a better future that could be nurtured, not forced. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the storm began to change. The thunder's roar softened from a furious declaration of war to a distant, rumbling growl. The lightning's flashes became less frequent, less violent. A sliver of blue appeared in the suffocating grey sky, a sight so foreign that people wept with joy. The torrential rain gentled into a soft, steady drizzle, washing the world clean without tearing it apart. The howling wind quieted to a gentle breeze, carrying the sweet scent of wet earth and renewal. The Thunderbird was not gone, but its rage had subsided, replaced by a solemn understanding. As the last clouds parted, a magnificent rainbow arched across the sky, a vibrant promise from the Thunderbird to the world. The storm had ended, but its memory would remain etched into the landscape and the hearts of the people. The Thunderbird would still watch from the heavens, its presence felt in the rolling thunder of a summer storm, a reminder of the delicate balance between creation and destruction. Humanity, having survived the sky of eternal storms, emerged with a newfound respect for nature and a deeper commitment to living in harmony. The great cleansing was complete, not through obliteration, but through a shared journey of understanding and the profound promise of renewal. The age of balance had begun. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the myth of the Thunderbird. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tales from the world of myth and legend. See you next time.